At number one for me is the Penn State Nittany Lions coming in at number one because those two players you see right there, Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, they are two of my top 6 running backs in college football entering next year. So anytime you have 2 of the top 6 running backs in the nation, it's very hard for me not to put you as my number one running back unit in college football going into next year. Among returning Power 4 running backs over the last 2 years, Nick Singleton has the most receiving yards with nearly 700 and is the second most valuable one according to PFF's wins above average metric. Kaytron Allen is second among returning Power 4 running backs with a 92.5 rushing grade over the last 2 years and exactly 2,000 rushing yards over the last 2 years as well. The lightning is Nick Singleton in that backfield. The thunder is Kaytron Allen in that backfield. And also, they're number one here because of those two players, but Penn State does have 3 former 4-star recruits at running back as well in redshirt freshman Corey Smith, redshirt freshman Quentin Martin, and true freshman Jabri Wallace-Coleman too. So those 3 are exciting prospects for the future for Penn State, but because they're number one, Dalton, is because they have 2 of the 6 best running backs in America, Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen.
Yeah, it's hard to argue it because, I mean, they're the one team in the country where you have 2 backs that can start just about anywhere, right? Yeah. And both of them over 1,100 yards last year. 2 different types of backs, like you mentioned, that Andy Kotelnicki can do whatever he wants. If he wants to get downhill, run some power, run some gap scheme, he's going to go to Kaytron. If he wants to run zone and get some one cut and find an explosive run, you're going to get Nick Singleton. Singleton also a very good receiver. He's really the receiving back. Between the 2 of them, a little more versatile. But I think 2 backs that are both obviously really talented, but they complement each other so well as well, right? You can use either one in a lot of different situations, any which way they want to go about it. Between the tackles, outside, in the receiving game with Singleton. Kotelnicki's got options, and I'll tell you what, he's lucky that both of them came back along with Drew Aller and most of the other guys that did, especially on defense. So Penn State, look, their ground game, they're loaded. They're loaded. You got these 2 guys. You got an offensive line that I think is going to be even better than it was last year, and Kotelnicki in year 2 of calling plays. Look out.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick Singleton right now on the consensus board is number 32 overall prospect. So we might get 2 running backs in the first round again next year, and Jeremiah Love and Nick Singleton. But because Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, Singleton's my number 3 running back in the country, Kaytron Allen's my number 6 running back in the country. Because Penn State was the only school to have 2 of the top 10 running backs for me in college football, they were the number 1 team for me on this list. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.